Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the second round of the series, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series presented by World of Thunder Racing League. Tonight, we travel to the Limaland Motorsports Park. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for qualifying here in just a few moments' time. We'll have heat races. We'll have a couple of B mains. We'll have a 3-minute warm-up session, then we'll run into our 100-lap main events. So coming off last week at the Lenaville Speedway, fantastic show there before running into some problems at the Knoxville Raceway, which of course we'll leave at that. And then of course we'll now move into tonight here at the Limaland Motorsports Park as we throw down the qualifying session right now. Drivers will have 2 minutes and they will have not very many laps to get it done. Now top 20 on the left hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left is the driver that we are currently watching at the moment, and that is the RACI flag car number 25. They call him Big Murph, Jarrett Murphy. Again, wait for these times to come through. These drivers just have the one opportunity to lay down their best lap time. Jarrett Murphy second, quick. Landon Miller rolling out onto the racetrack right now. Shad Prescott for D1RT goes quick time with a 12.739. Ben Kudamash in car number 12. Kudamash in the 12, 16th quick. Out rolls the True Speed Motorsports HSG. Car number 13 of Jordan Mitchell. Jordan Mitchell on the racetrack right now. Still trying to chase down Shad Prescott with a 12.739. Shane James quick time with a 12.696. A 12.696 for Shane James. Jordan Mitchell 30th quick. Not the time that he would like to have. Stephen Spees in car 55. And the Stars of Dirt. Number 55 is Stephen Spees, a long-time competitor here in the super late model side of things. 14th quick. Landon Miller 46 quick. Blake Murray on screen 8th quick. Dylan Wilson on the racetrack right now for D1RT Racing in that ATD machine. Touches the wall in the back straight away. Chris Maguire gets in a time for the Tilvahilla Racing stable, the O machine. 16th quick. Russell Berry in the 084 machine. In the RaceSara.com did not get a lap time in, so that is going to be qualifying done and dusted. 48 cars took a time. 54 cars signed into the pit area for tonight. We know a few of those drivers didn't actually get to lay down a lap time. So that is going to put us into 6 heat races here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Here for your DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Week number 2 here, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. And race number 1 here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's go trackside right now to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And we'll take 8 laps and our top 3. We'll move into tonight's main event. Starting on pole in car number 3, it's Shane James. And to his outside in car number 4 for D1RT, Jim Emery. Inside your second row, out of position 3, the Big Murph, they call him car number 25 of Jarrett Murphy, will start third. Out of position number 4 in car number 269, James Grace. Lining up out of position number 5 in the 115 of Jed Barton. And we go back to the instigator Mitch Stiles in car number 54 to line up out of position number 6. The 013 of Brent Fair will start position 7. Alan Bergen, car number 33, will start position 8. And scheduled to line up out of position number 9. The 42 of Jordan Casey, which I thought he'd already made these series. And again, just to go over a few things, how we'll be pushing our YouTube side of things. And, well, I can confirm that we have surpassed the 1,000 subscribers mark. So, again, to everybody that has helped push, promote, subscribed, our goal here at Ultimate Dirt TV, from all of us here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, a big thank you goes out to everybody that has made this possible. And well, over the next coming days, we're going to release the information about the giveaway. So again, make sure you are subscribed. Don't forget www.youtube.com/UltimateDirtTV. Eight cars scheduled here for heat number 1. 6 heat races on the program here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. YourDirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Drivers fighting to get into the Premier Super Late Model season here with the World of Thunder Racing League. And of course, that'll start all next week, next Sunday night. Pace truck will move to the infield. We get set here for heat number 1. And Shane James going to lead the field out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Jim Emery straight to the top side into turn number 1 and 2. Grace and Styles both going upstairs as well. 2 by 2 as they rocket down into turn number 3 and 4. James to the inside. The left front catches that inside U-tire. Murphy up on the inside. The 25. The blue and yellow machine. He's got Emery on his outside. Emery will move back into second position right now as he continues to run the outside of the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. Good battle on for second and third right now. Then you go back to James Grace in fourth. He's running the bottom side of the racetrack. Top 3 move straight into tonight's main event. Otherwise, you're going to have to run one of 2 B mains. And with 54 cars here tonight, it's going to be a stacked and action-packed B main, that's for sure. Josh, thank you for those 50 stars. Appreciated. As we nearly go 3 wide as Stars around the outside of Brent Fair. James Grace loses a couple of positions right now. And look at the 54 machine of Mitch Styles working the outside of the racetrack down into turn number 3 and 4. 5 down, 3 to run. Your leader is Shane James, Jim Emery in second, and Jaron Murphy holding on to the final ticket from this heat race straight into the main event. Two to run. Mud Dog, thank you for that sub. Appreciate it. 1 to go right now for your leader, Shane James for HRE Motorsports in car number 3. Down the back straight away for the final time. Through turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. He will get the job done. Shane James wins ahead of Jim Emery. Jaron Murphy second. Jim Emery second. Jaron Murphy third. Styles, Fair, Grace 4th, 5th and 6th. Barton and Bergen home in 7th and 8th. And that concludes the first of 6 heat races here at the Limaland Motorsports Park for your YourDirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. As we go trackside right now, take a look here. It's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Heat race number 2. Starting on pole in car number 112 for TeamVLR.com, it's Devon Morgan. And to his outside in car number 79, it's Blake Murray. Inside your second row, car number 55 of Stephen Spees. To his outside, car number 5, that is Chris Tucker. Third row, inside, out of position number 5, car number 3 of Alex Pellerin. And to his outside, it's Kenneth Dake Jr. in car number 34, out of position number 6. At a position at 7 for True Speed Motorsports, car number 13 of Jordan Mitchell, and on his outside in car number 11, Dustin Sizemore at a position number 8. Lining up at a position number 9 in car number 80, it's Dylan Wilson. That is a look at your 9 cars in heat race number 2. Here on the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series here, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. About to see the cars come in from the right to left of screen. There is the pace truck. And now Devon Morgan leads the field off at turn number 4. The green flag flies. Morgan got a good jump. We'll see what Speeds can do up on the inside on Blake Murray. Murray in second now. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Run on the outside of the racetrack. 3 wide they go. Stephen Speeds has moved into second. And Chris Tucker has now moved into third. But how long for? Because here comes not only Blake Murray but also Dylan Wilson Coming after the guys in third and fourth right now. Wilson in fifth position. And we'll see how Wilson can tackle these two opponents. They run side by side for third and fourth. Wilson back there in fifth. Tucker made the mistake out of turn number 2. Wilson got around the outside. Makes Wilson's life a little bit easier, but he still needs to pass one more car to make it into the main event. Wilson trying to put that 80 machine into the top 3 as Stephen Spees now under pressure, now being passed there by Blake Murray on the outside of the racetrack, the top side. Murray and Wilson have both got their cars working up top like a treat right now. Oh no! Wilson and Murray come together. He's trying to redress the situation. And Tucker and Murray now side by side. Wilson, well, blinked in and out there. We're going to have 2 to run this time by as Stephen Spees went back into second spot, but again, how long for? Because here comes Wilson around the outside, but it is all Devon Morgan. Started on pole, qualified second quick, and just out in front, Clean Air. He's making it look all too easy at the moment as the white flag flies here in heat race number 2, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. That'll turn 4, Devon Morgan victorious second, going to go to Dylan Wilson. Stephen Spees home in third at the line. Fourth is going to go to Chris Tucker. Then we'll go back to Blake Murray. Home in fifth, Kenateki Jr. Then we go back to Jordan Mitchell, Alex Pellerin, and Dustin Sizemore. Home in position number 9. And that is heat race number 2. So 1/3 of the heat race is completed. Hey, what's going on, Dale? Not much, man. So you been running away at GTA still? Alright, let's go trackside to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3. And starting on pole, heat race number 3 in car number 41, that's Shad Prescott to his outside in car number 09, Tanner Tomasi. Inside your second row, position 3, car 51 of Bryson Banks. And lining up at a position number 4, car number 4, Huey Quillen. Lining up at a position number 5 in car number 712, it's Greg Sager, and to his outside, the 121 of Brian Johnson, position number 6. Brett Rolls will start position 7 in car 27. Jeffrey Herrick in car 49 will start position number 8. Position 9, it's going to be the 45B of Barry Sorensen. We just cracked 1,000 subs on YouTube yesterday, so thankful to everybody that has played a part in making that happen. As Pace truck to the infield, heat number 3, Shad Prescott, Tanner Tomasi, green flag is out, we're underway. Prescott going to slide up in front of Tomasi. How does Tomasi, does he stay? Yes, he does stay on the top side of the racetrack. Knows that might be the fastest line. As there goes Bryson Banks in the 51 car, working the bottom side right now. Still surprised, there's still a fair bit of grip in the middle of the racetrack, but no one seemed to be using that at the moment. Everybody trying to work upstairs or down low. Tomasi has just gotten by Bryson Banks for second as they went into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Brett Rolls, the 17 machine, sliding his way into position number 5. But here comes Quillen. But it is Brian Johnson back to the inside on Brett Rolls. Quillen in 4th right now. And starting to put some pressure right now on the 51 machine of Bryson Banks. 100 lap main event, can't get too excited. We just save our voice for the later on of that race. Quillen's going to lose the 4th spot to Brett Rolls, and Johnson and Barry Sorensen, they go up on the inside. Sorensen started position number 9. Greg Sager already back on pit road, but Sorensen picking up 3 positions already in that 45B machine. 2 to run this time by out of turn number 4 for your race leader, Shad Prescott, Tanner Tomasi. Pulling about 5-6 car lengths over 3rd place right now. That is Bryson Banks. Brett Rolls to the inside. Slide job into turn number 1 and 2. Banks will turn it back underneath him. Banks is going to put his own slider into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag flies. Heat number 3. Here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, and the battle is on for the final transfer spot. Shad Prescott going to win. Second is going to go to Tanner Tomasi. 3rd at the line. Brett Rolls with a crossover on Bryson Banks. Banks home in 4th. Then we go back to Huey Quillen, Barry Sorensen, Brian Johnson, Jeffrey Herrick home in 8th, and Greg Sanger, unfortunately, but they did not finish in position number 9. We are halfway through our heat races here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Let's go trackside, heat race number 4, as we take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 8, that's Daniel Passmore. To his outside in car number 129, it's Curtis Uphoff. At a position number 3 in car number 0, Chris Maguire will line up alongside the 47 of Tim Christensen. Position 5 in car number 27 or 32, whichever one he decides to run, it's Stephen Calavoda. On his outside, position number 6 in car number 12, Ben Kudamarsh. Dylan Petty, the 56, will line up at a position 7. Brennan Lacey, car 97, will line up at a position number 8. And Jacob Prillerman in car number 08 to line up at a position number 9. Heat number 4 here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. We get set for green flag action. Here we go. And it is going to be Passmore to lead into turn 1 and 2, but Uphoff around the outside, up on the wheel right now. He goes into 3 and 4. He will lead. He taps the wall in the center of 3 and 4. Straightens that car back out. Curtis Uphoff, your race leader. Daniel Passmore back there in second. Then you go back to Tim Christensen. And look who's up on the inside. The 27 of Stephen Calavoda for TeamVLR.com. There goes Calavoda looking to get into a transfer position. He gets into second. And he may have just had a little bit of a helping hand from behind. Maguire, this is a very scrappy heat race. 4 wide just in through turns 3 and 4. They are all fighting to get to the front. This is probably the closest pack we've seen all throughout the night. 3 wide down through turn number 3 and 4. Calavoda right in the thick of things right now in that 27 machine. Christensen around the outside will reclaim 4th. Oh no, he shuts the door on Calavoda down into turns 3 and 4. Calavoda, he gets back up on the inside right now. So Calavoda moving back up to position number 4. Meanwhile, Curtis Uphoff, your race leader, starting to come under fire right now from the Ohm machine, the Ohm show. Chris Maguire slides up into turn number 1 and 2 for the race lead. Uphoff back to the inside now. You know the slide job, it's going to be returned down into 3 and 4. The white flag comes out, and Chris Maguire is your new race leader with 1 to go. Slides to the middle of the racetrack, leaves that bottom side open, up off to the inside. Side by side down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Who's going to get it off at turn number 4? So close at the line. Chris Maguire gets it by .105. Uphoff second, Passmore third, Calavoda, Christensen, Petty, Kudamas, Lacey and Prillerman. What a way to finish off heat race number 4 here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Alright, heat race number 5. Cars making their way on to the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid and see where your favourite driver will line up to tackle 8 laps around Limaland Motorsports Park. Starting on pole in car number 60, it's John Alatic. On the outside of the front row, car number 17, Aaron Kitchen. Inside your second row, car 15, and the Fold Graphics, car number 15X of Tanner Fold. And on his outside, car number 44 of Robert Tucker. Inside your third row, car 71 of Mario Perez, position number 5. Dylan Thomas, the Yardbird, the 03, will start position number 6. And we go back to Todd Hook, car 35 out of position number 7. Position number 8 is going to be the 00 of James Ray, and lining up at a position number 9 in car 29, Dustin Merrill. There is your leader. Or your pole sitter, I should say, not your leader. Pace truck is in. Alatic just stands on the gas, and well, he's going to lead down into 1 and 2. Kitchen on the outside. Keep an eye on Tucker in that 44 machine. Folds. Perez up on the inside, and that 71 machine just barging his way to the front, 4 wide. Out of turn 4, we go 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Folds on the outside. Kitchen trying to run down your race leader of John Alatic as we watch this battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. We'll throw in 7th as well. Yeah, we'll throw in 8th as we go 3 wide again through turn number 1 and 2. And this is for 4th, 5th and 6th. This 3 wide battle right now. We've got the 3 of Dylan Thomas on the inside. Now it's 2 wide. Tanner folds on the outside of Dylan Thomas. Folds with a great move to move back into position number 4. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a track reset coming here. Probably after the heat races, maybe even after the B main. Definitely have a track reset to just to get this track into where it's going to be 2 lines of racing once again. Meanwhile, Kitchen coming after the leader of John Alatic in car number 60, just making the mistake in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. 2 circuits to run here at Limaland Motorsports Park. YourDirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series presented by World of Thunder Racing League. Heat number 4? 5? Can't remember. Well, I can tell you there's 1 lap to go. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. John Alatic going to be victorious. Aaron Kitchen home in 2nd. 3rd will be Mario Perez. Yes, just ahead of Tanner Folds home in 4th. Dylan Thomas grabs 5th. Robert Tucker 6th. Todd Hook 7th. James Ray 8th. And Dustin Merrill 9th. As we get set here for 1 more heat race. As I'm pretty sure it's heat race number 6. Now let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting a grid here for the final heat race of the night. Starting on pole in car number 32, it's BJ William Duval. To his outside in car 14, it's James Ambrosius. At a position number 3, car number 81 of Wesley Gwaltney. To his outside in car number 01, at a position number 4, Aaron Brumbelow. Lining up at a position number 5 in car number 23, it's Gavin Jordan. Lining up at a position 6, normally drives car number 7, they call him the showstopper, Brady Baldwin. Position number 7, car 26 of Kevin Parento and Landon Miller. In car number 110 will line up at a position number 8. Position number 9, it's going to be the 084 of Russell Berry. And that will be your 9-car field here. Heat number 6, the final heat race of the night. The DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Field is stacked, racked and stacked, and ready to go. Green flag flies as Duval, trying to get to the top side, will do so into turn number 1 and 2. Gwaltney up on the inside. They go side by side for the race lead. Gwaltney in the 81 machine, trying to take over the race lead from Duval, but lap number 1, Duval's got it 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Ambrosius on the inside, trying to make something happen on the bottom side of the racetrack. Gwaltney and Duval come together. Give the lead to Ambrosius. Aaron Brumbelow in 2nd. Duval scraping it back together, putting pieces on that car as they go down out of turn number 2. He's back into position number 3. Then we go back to the 10 of Kevin Parento. Back there into position number 4. Again on the outside looking in. Gwaltney trying to slide up in front of Jordan. As you see, Gwaltney now in that 81 machine. He is up on the wheel. We still watch Parento down to the low side through 1 and 2. Trying to make the pass for that 3rd and final transfer position. William Duval has it at the moment in that number 32 machine. Brumbelow into the wall into turn number 1 and 2. It is still James Ambrosius, your race leader. Out of turn number 4. He sees the popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps left to run. Here in your final heat race of the night. We're about to lock in 18 cars directly from the heat races as the white flag flies for the final time here in heat racing competition. James Ambrosius, with a stroke of luck there in the early parts of this heat race, He comes away victorious and will start position number 6 in tonight's main event. He gets the win. Aaron Brumbelow second. William Duval third. Kevin Parento. In fact, it's Wesley Gwaltney. Then we go back to Kevin Parento, Gavin Jordan, Russell Berry, Brady Baldwin, and Landon Miller. And now we move into the first of 2 B mains. And again, it just gets a little bit trickier from here on out, because these drivers that have come from the back, well, they've got to make their way towards the front. As we're going to put 10 laps on the board, we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And it's going to be 10 laps and the top 3. Excuse me, 10 laps, top 3 go straight through to the main event. Mitch Stiles and Bryson Banks will start in row number 1. Row 2 will be Tanner Folds and Brent Fair. Row 3, Huey Quillen inside. Outside, Dylan Thomas. Row 4, James Grace inside. Position 7, Barry Sorensen out of position 8. Row 5, going to be Robert Tucker and Jed Barton. Row 6 is Brian Johnson and Todd Hook. Row 7, Alan Bergen and Jeffrey Herrick. Row 8 is James Ray and not Jordan Case. And then we'll go back to Greg Sager and Dustin Merrill. And in fact, 16 cars taken to the racetrack. So 8 rows of 2x2. And only the top 3 will make their way into tonight's main event. And again, this will line up the outside row. In fact, no, this will be the inside row. Here we go, green flag is out. We're underway in tonight's B main, the first of 2 B mains. And cars have already stacked up into turn number 1 and 2. Styles will lead down into 3 and 4. Banks getting a run on the outside, but the yellow flag is out, and we go yellow for the first time tonight. Caution laps counting tonight in these B mains. So every time there is a caution, these drivers will lose 3 laps. And when you've only got 10 laps of distance, it's not a whole lot of time for these drivers to come from the back to the front. So they need to make sure that, they need to not only make the passes clean, but they've got to keep it off one another as well. They don't need to be ploughing through people just to get to the front, because it's never going to work out for you. Lights are out on the pace track. 4 down, 6 to run. As a single file restarts, as Bryson Banks, in fact, is going to lead down into 1 and 2 on this restart. Top 3, Bryson Banks, Mitch Stiles, and Brent Fair. And keep an eye on the 013 machine as we get a car half spinning in turn number 3 and 4. Quillen now to the inside on Fair for this final transfer position. Quillen up the inside, Fair through the middle of the racetrack. Again, that grip line right now at 4 to run. And Brent Fair may have just found something in the middle of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4. Around the outside of Quillen once again. Quillen got tight. That car started to push up. But Brent Fair said, no way, buddy. That is my spot. He wants to put his ticket. He wants to put his name into the hat for tonight's main event. Meanwhile, Stiles trying to run down your leader, Bryson Banks, with 2 to run. B main number 1. Look at the 45B of Barry Sorensen. Everything in his power to get to the front. Quillen half spun the car. Not sure whether there was helping hand there from the 45B or not. 1 lap to run. And our top 3 is pretty much set in stone into turn number 3 out of turn 4. Bryson Banks victorious. Second is going to go to Mitch Stiles and Brent Fair. Home in position number 3. Those 3 drivers continue on towards our 100 lap main event tonight. Unfortunately for these drivers, fourth on Macfold, Sorensen, Grace, Quillen, Thomas, Herrick and Ray, who finishes in 10th. Unfortunately going to miss out. Then you go back to Johnson, Bergen, Tucker, Sager, Merrill and Hook. Well, the 16 cars that attempted a top 3 finish here in B main number 1. As we look forward to B main number 2, cars making their way on the racetrack. Right now, let's go trackside and take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, in car number 5, it's Chris Tucker. To his outside, Stephen Calavoda. Wesley Galtney will line up at a position 3, where Blake Murray at a position number 4. Position 5 is Tim Christensen. Kevin Parento, position 6. Kenneth Dakey Jr., 7th. Dylan Petty, 8th. Ninth is Gavin Jordan. Jordan Mitchell at a position 10. Ben Kudermarsh, 11th. Russell Berry, 12th. 13th, Alex Pellerin. Position 14th, Brennan Lacey. 15th is Brady Baldwin. Dustin Sizemore, position 16th. Jacob Priddleman, 17th. And Landon Miller out of position 18. Only driver not to grid was Stephen Calavoda, who had a second starting position in this one. Here we go, heat. It's not even a heat. It's B main number 2. Green flag is out, and it's Tucker. Now we go 3 wide. Murray. We've got Parento as well, and Gwaltney up on the inside. Jeez, I think Jordan Mitchell just got chewed up and spat out in that one. No, he's up to 7th. Dustin Sizemore. And Brennan Lacey. Sizemore back on pit road. Brennan Lacey as well. I don't even want to attempt to go down to have a look at that one, that restart. Chris Tucker, that number 5 machine, is going to restart the race in first position. We'll go back and have a look at some of these other paint jobs here. The Redline Motorsports Full Velocity Racing Network, car number 79, the Silver Fox of Blake Murray. Second, Wesley Gwaltney in third, the Printworks number 81 machine. Take a look at our driver in 4th position, Kevin Parento, the PMD Wraps. 5th spot, the 47 of Tim Christensen. Then we go back to the 5P of Dylan Petty. And Jordan Mitchell in that True Speed Motorsports. Car number 13 restarts 7th as we go back to green flag conditions here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. This is your last chance to get into the main event. 100 laps. Tucker, your leader from Murray. Gwaltney 3rd. Now Murray coming after Tucker for the race lead into turn number 1 and 2. Tucker fends off the challenge down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. We go 3 wide behind him right now. And that was for 4th, 5th and 6th as Blake Murray gets a little tight on the cushion. He's going to lose a spot potentially to Wesley Gwaltney. And Tim Christensen moving up past Dylan Petty now, putting the moves on him as Murray turns it back underneath Gwaltney out of turn number 4. 7 down and 3 to run that time by. And you see right now these cars on screen. There is your top 5. And it's only the top 3 that are going to go through to the main event. So the 5, the black and blue and white number 5 machine, that's your race leader. The white 79, Blake Murray 2nd. Behind them is your battle for the final transfer position. Wesley Gwaltney, in fact, holds on. Murray got tight through 1 and 2. Can he make a last corner pass here for the race win? Doubt it, no. Tucker gets the win. Murray 2nd. Wesley Gwaltney 3rd. And those 3 drivers will advance into tonight's main event. 4th, unfortunately, on back is going to miss out. And that is our preliminary action done. We have a few minutes warm-up. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and come back in just a few moments' time. But before we go, we are going to be playing the American National Anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series presented by World of Thunder Rising League. Of course, we are live tonight on the DirtFan.com Facebook page, so make sure you head over to their Facebook page at DirtFan.com. Give them a like and a follow. Keep up to date with all the action, all the real-world side of things that they've got going on, although I think it's going to be more towards esports over the next couple of weeks, months, unsure of when, or because of this COVID-19 stuff. So yeah, check out their website as well, dirtfan.com. Of course, don't forget to check out World of Thunder Racing League on Facebook. Check out their website as well, www.wotrl.com. Of course, give them a like and a follow to keep up to date on all their social media information pages as well. Of course, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page, as I believe we are over 6,600 followers here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and of course over 1,000 subs on our YouTube channel as well. So again, from the management that is, and everybody that has helped promote us here at Ultimate Dirt TV, whether you've played a small or a big part in helping us, from myself and the management behind the scenes, we say thank you very much. It is much appreciated as we look forward to tonight's 100 lap A main event. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole for tonight's 100 lap in caliber 3, Shane James. Devin Morgan will start position 2, Shad Prescott position 3, Chris Maguire position number 4. Position 5, John Alatic and James Ambrosius position number 6, Jim Emery position 7, Dylan Wilson position number 8. Position 9, Tanner Tomasi and Curtis Uphoff out of position number 10. Aaron Kitchen out of position 11, Aaron Brumlow position number 12. Jared Murphy out of position 13th. 14th is Stephen Spees. 15th belongs to Brett Rolls and Daniel Passmore, position number 16. Position number 17, Mario Perez. 18th, William Duval. Bryson Banks out of position 19. Chris Tucker, position number 20th. 21st is Mitch Stiles. 22nd, Blake Murray. Brent Fair, position number 23. And Wesley Goldney in position number 24. Hello, Patricia. Good evening. Doing well. How are you? Thank you. You're so kind with your words. So you are going to see 105 laps on the board. Normally, we have a redraw, and we use those 5 laps to get these drivers into their correct positions, but that is not going to be the case here tonight. We are lining them straight up from heat race finishing results, and right away as we go into turn number 1 and 2, these drivers will be told that they have to get into the greatest sight in all of motorsports. So the first 6 rows will stay side by side, as don't know why it keeps blinking. It must be my internet or something or other, but not showing any drop frames. But they are going to go into a 4-wide salute here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. So, ladies and gentlemen, these cars roll around in the greatest sight in all of motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, your DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series presented by World of Thunder Racing League. The drivers, they are 4 wide as their way of thanking you, the race fans, for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV, tuning in to World of Thunder, and of course tuning in to DirtFan.com. There is no better sight in all of motorsports as these drivers are about to break away from the formation next lap into turn number 1 and 2, I believe it is. But again, this is just an awesome sight to see. So we go, these drivers have just completed the 3rd lap and they will break away those inside positions, the inside rows of that 4 wide. And again, they will go back into rows of 2 by 2. So we are on lap 5 of 105. So right now, we're about to go green for 100 laps here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. The track has been graded back to a fresh 0% as we are green here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Apologies about these blinking cars again. Not sure whether it's me or the server. And again, can't see any drop frames on mine, but alright, hopefully that's fixed the issue, but again, we didn't do too much as we look at Prescott up on the inside there on Devon Morgan. Chad Prescott moves into 2nd position at the moment. Your leader is Shane James down the back straight away. Alatek getting some pressure from the Zero machine for Tilvahilla Racing. Oh, Alatek and Maguire come together. Here comes Jim Emery up on the inside. Yellow is out. Wesley Gwaltney in that 81 machine facing the wrong way into turn number 1 and 2. Greg, thank you for those 150 stars. Appreciate it, sir. Glad to have you back here. It's been a while since we've seen you about. Now, why would you want to hear the cars? What for? You don't listen to cars. You watch them. And out first, yellow of the night. We'll turn the volume up on the cars. Pace truck about to pull into the infield. James Prescott. The front row, restart number 1. All good, Jimbo. Oh, I know you're here all the time, Terry. Thank you for the support. Rodney, thank you for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by and hitting that sub button. There we go. Green flag is back out. Shane James, Shad Prescott. And it's at number 1 and 2. We're also already seeing a slick line starting to develop down into 1 and 3. A lot of these drivers trying to work it upstairs already. There's still a long way to go. Still 90 laps to run. Prescott starting to put the pressure right now on the 3 machine of Shane James. Then we go back and I'll take a look at Devin Morgan, who is under fire right now with Chris Maguire. Maguire trying to make the pass for third position. But here goes Prescott to the inside right now. Michael Lefevre's to the tower. Michael Lefevre's to the tower. Don't forget, Lefevre's. I've only got the chat open on Ultimate Dirt TV. Tim, thank you very much. Appreciate it, buddy, for that watch party. Again, guys, don't forget to check out Tim's Dirt Track Simulators on Facebook. Keep up to date with wherever Tim might be going, hosting pit parties wherever that man is going. So yellow out for the second time in tonight's main event. Yes, Jimbo. Shad Prescott is certainly going to be hard to beat. Terry, well, yeah, let's hope not. 2 yellows so far, but I mean, we've completed at least half the race distance. Well, we've only lost 6 laps, so plus the 5 sub 11s. Yeah, we're about 11 laps in, so there we go. There we go. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for being here. To the tower. Michael Lefevre's to the tower, please, as we are back underway. Shane James starting to feel some pressure from that inside in the 112 machine. Devin Morgan. Alatic around the outside on Dylan Wilson. Wilson trying down low, down into turn number 3 and 4. He's up to position number 5. He started 8th in this one. Then you go back to Maguire, who's fallen back to about 7th, even 8th position nearly, as Brent Fair tries to get by him. But a good battle going on for the drivers to keep inside the top 5, 4th and 5th right now. Alatic and Wilson still side by side. Wilson's got the advantage through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of a bump there from John Alatic. No harm, no foul. Maguire upstairs trying to get a run on, I believe that is Curtis Upoff. Yes, it is in the 129 machine. Upoff back to the inside. Meanwhile, Wilson puts the slider on Devin Morgan through turn number 1 and 2. Where does Morgan return the favour? No, he stays down low. Wilson around the outside. Wilson has third at the start-finish line. You see, with 24 super late models on the racetrack, this track is going to be burnt up very, very quickly. And it had a reset at 0%, so this track was fresh to start this feature event off, and no doubt when it comes the end of this 100-lap main event, it is going to be black, slick, and who knows where the line's going to be. My guess is up around the top side of the racetrack. Brent Fair in the green, white, yellow, it's the rainbow colour. The 013 machine, the green machine up on the inside on Chris Maguire. Maguire into the side of Alatic. Fair now up on the inside. There goes the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. It almost looks like slow motion right there as they went through turn number 1 and 2. So the top 4 have really strung themselves out at the moment. But one thing that I'm certainly looking forward to, and no doubt we're about to get into it, is to see your race leader through turn number 3 and 4 lap of traffic, and how these drivers will adapt to the situation of where the lap cars are going to go. We'll see how Shad Prescott tries to get by the 5 machine of Chris Duggar. Our first car off the racetrack in car number 17 of Brett Rolls, Mr. Full Velocity Racer Network himself. Meanwhile, challenge for second right now for D1RT, the ATD, Dylan Wilson up on the inside of the HRE Motorsports car number 3, Shane James, and again they race side by side. This is the track that we've seen for those heat races right now, top and the bottom. Although I wouldn't be surprised once these drivers start to get a hold of that grip line in the middle of the racetrack. That might be the place to be for about 10 to 15 laps, and again once these drivers continually to wear it out, as Shad Prescott has already gotten by the first lap car on the racetrack, Chris Tucker, and the next cars that he's got in front of him happen to be battling for position right now. The 54 of Mitch Stiles battling it out with Blake Murray, the 79, and also the 81 of Wesley Gwaltney. Tucker now about to be put a lap down by your second place driver, the ATD of Dylan Wilson, then Shane James not too far away. Brent Fair up on the inside on John Alatic, and Maguire driving it deep down into turn number 3 and 4. Jared Murphy trying to throw it in sideways as well. So a 17 lap run right now for these drivers here in the main events. And I almost don't want to jinx it, but I get the feeling I've just about jinxed it. But how much longer can these drivers hang on for? As again, here comes Shad Prescott as Stiles. This is a battle for 20th, 21st, and 22nd on the racetrack. And there's 3 cars battling it just in front of your race leader, Shad Prescott. Now, they're not expected just to move over and let him on by because they're trying to stay on the lead lap, but they're also trying to battle for positions as well. Prescott starting to catch up to Gwaltney and Stiles. They run top and bottom. Prescott trying to go through the middle, and well, he's almost going to make this 3 wide, but he gets on by Mitch Stiles, and again, Stiles doesn't just let him on by. Stiles holds his line up on the top side of the racetrack, and there goes Prescott, putting a bigger distance between himself and second place driver Dylan Wilson. You see there is Dylan Wilson on screen, who's actually driven away there from Shane James, who's in 3rd position. 4-spot Devin Morgan in that 112 machine. Then you go back to John Alatic. Look at the 3 wide battle right now. Tucker, a lap car involved between right in the middle of Chris Maguire and Brent Fair, who are battling it out for 6th and 7th spot on the racetrack at the moment. We'll try and go back up front and keep an eye on where our 1st and 2nd place drivers are at the moment. As you see, Prescott, he's got about 3/4 of a straightaway advantage. It's closed significantly there by Dylan Wilson. Prescott working on the inside on that 8 machine of Daniel Passmores. And we go back and continue to look at Dylan Wilson, who continues to ride in the 2nd spot. Back a little bit further back is now Devin Morgan, has taken over the 3rd spot on the racetrack. Shane James is trying to work down low, but those U-ties up on the inside of the racetrack, they just get that number 3 machine just a little bit tight, and he loses a bit more ground. A good run here of green flag action. Devin Nation, thank you for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. James to the inside again. That U-tie just in the center, just coming off for turn number 4. He catches it with his left front, and it just gets that car, that number 3 machine, just a little bit tight. And again, he loses a bit of ground as Devin Morgan goes on by back into 3rd position right now, as we've got a 3 wide battle just in front of them, and it's 2 lap cars. Wesley Gwaltney, Daniel Passmore, 3 wide with our 2nd place runner of Dylan Wilson again. These drivers not expected just to let the lead cars go on by. Just expected to hold their line, and both have done that, but there goes Wilson. He gets on by the lap cars, but it is Shad Prescott who hasn't really gotten away here from Dylan Wilson over the past 5 or 6 laps while we're watching, the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th and 6th. It was only about 3/4 of a straightaway. It's roughly still the same at the moment. Lap times in the mid 13-second bracket. When they started off on this feature event, they were 12.6, so the times have fallen off by nearly a second. Halfway home that time by 50 down, 50 to run. We'll take a look at Brent Fair and Chris Maguire. One car pulling to the infield. Trying to find who that car might have been. Might have been Mitch Stiles. Watch Brent Fair in that 013 machine on the inside of the green, white, blue and purple machine as Chris Maguire, that O show, the orange and white and black number 0 machine. Alatic starting to catch up to these two drivers right now. Potentially have another good 3-car battle at this stage. 54 down. 46 to run this time by. So in fact it was Stiles who pulled that 54 back to the infield. Now our leader is in heavy lap traffic and so is our second place runner. In fact, our leader has gotten by a lot of this lap traffic right now. He's about to put the 14 of James Ambrosius a lap down, who is in 14th position. Wilson trying to make some moves as well up on the inside, trying to get by these lap cars. 3 wide for a moment into turns 3. He's gotten by to him. He's gotten by Blake Murray and Aaron Brumbelow. Now gets by Curtis Uphoff. Prescott, he's still got about 3/4 of a straightaway lead over his teammates. So D1RT at the moment going 1 and 2. TeamVLR.com hold down the 3rd spot. Then you go back to our HRE Motorsports driver in 4th. That is Shane James. But it is all Shad Prescott. Class of the field here tonight. Wilson. Tell you what, if we get a yellow here with an open track with the way they'll be starting side by side, I'll be very interested to see how these drivers tackle open air when they get to restart side by side. Right now, Shad Prescott, he's good in lap traffic, but looking at the lap times at the moment, Dylan Wilson, he was a 10th quicker on the previous lap. We'll keep an eye on the times this time by. Well, Prescott, he returned the serve. He was half a 10th quicker, and they are 2 and 3/10 quicker than anybody else on the racetrack at the moment. So it just goes to show you right now, D1RT, Shad Prescott, Dylan Wilson, they've got these cars on lockdown. As now you see that pack of cars as the 112 of Devin Morgan. It's now his chance to tackle this opportunity to try and get by these guys as quick as possible as he tries to run down the top 2, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, as Perez made a massive mistake there in 1 and 2, and it was right up on that outside wall and nearly came down into the side of Dylan Wilson. I can tell you right now, Wilson has certainly closed the gap on his teammate Prescott. It's only about half a straightaway at the moment. 35 to run this time by for your leader. Prescott, Wilson, Morgan, James and Maguire, your top 5. Passmore getting sideways in front of Tomasi. Tomasi trying to find a way around him. Alatic into the wall. Tomasi somewhat may have just helped him off the wall. Side by side, Tomasi right through the middle. Passmore on the bottom side, the lap car. And John Alatic right now working that high line through turn number 3 and 4. Two lap cars separate the leader and our second place driver. Take a look. Close shots right now of your race leader for D1RT. He's just got this car working like a boss at the moment. 30 laps to go. And it's been some 53, 54 laps since our last yellow flag. So, I mean, we still had 24 drivers on the racetrack at that point. And for the drivers that have gone back to pit road, 4 of them have all managed to do so without bringing on the yellow. Right at 8 Eastern, the Volusia race goes up for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. Devin Morgan still holding down third, and a couple of lap cars between himself and Shane James. In fact, there's about 4 lap cars and a couple of lap cars between Shane James and Chris Maguire. Now these drivers, we've still got 20 cars on the racetrack, and there's still a fair amount of cars, but they're really spread out. And there is our yellow flag. Our first one since we went back green at lap number 22. Nearly 60 laps of green flag action. And we're about to have about 21 laps, I want to say. When we go back green, we're going to have about 21 or 22 laps left to run in this one. And with clear track, this is the time for these drivers to really start to take their opportunities. Yellow flag, back it down. Like that, Michael? Back her down. We don't need you doing that. There's enough people on this service that do that for us. Alright, here we go. Wasting no time. Back underway. It'll be 22 to go. And now, this is the race that we wanted to see earlier on. We just had to wait for that caution to come out. Wilson through the middle now. Prescott working down low. They're nearly 3 wide for 4th, 5th and 6th. Fair, Maguire and James. Morgan can do nothing but watch this battle between them and watch these D1RTs. These D1RT cars just drive away from the rest of the field and drive away from the 112. But I'll tell you what, Morgan doing a great job at the moment, but Prescott doing a fantastic job down low. Wilson's right through the middle. You can see there's nothing left through the turns. Down the straightaway, there's very little. It's on the inside of the racetrack, and right where Shad Prescott runs there, he's keeping those left side tyres in the moisture. Yeah, Lefebvre's, we're doing what we can. Getting ready for surgery in a couple of months' time. 17 to go, and the new race leader is Dylan Wilson. And you'd almost have to feel for Prescott if he runs second spot. If he runs a second place, I reckon he had this field covered until that caution come out and stack the field back up and give a fresh track in front. Not so much a fresh track, but a clear racetrack in front of the leaders. Brent Fair, how about this opportunity? How about the drive? He is taking it with both hands right now. He's right through the middle somewhat, trying to follow the race leader. Dylan Wilson through the middle of the raceway. He's down a little bit lower through turn number 3 and 4. We closed in, 14 to go. We are closing in on a B-main distance left in this one. And can Brent Fair take his opportunity in the 013 machine? Or is Devin Morgan going to be too good on the top side of the racetrack? Shane James still working that inside line. Chris Maguire still trying to work that cushion at both ends of the speedway. Yeah, Terry, about a 60 lap run almost. So Fair and Morgan still fighting it out for that 3rd and 4th spot on the racetrack. But give it to Devin Morgan. Meanwhile, back up front, Prescott down low. He is not giving up on that bottom side of the racetrack. 10 laps left to run here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. The DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. As William Duval about to go a lap down. Again, this will put him 3 laps down at the moment. And again, just staying to that inside groove as now that's for Shad Prescott to go upstairs. And again, we'll see what kind of lap times it was. Compared the low side to the top side. Slight quicker, a little bit quicker, slightly quicker for the 14 machine. Wilson at the moment still, well, he's still in the 13 seconds. 13.793. Shad Prescott a 13.969. I don't think he has got anything for our leader, Dylan Wilson. I think Dylan Wilson has had taken his opportunity right now. Devin Morgan, comfortable now in third spot, run on the outside of the racetrack, running 13.787. So the last lap, Devin Morgan was actually the quickest car on the racetrack. If only he has another 10 more extended laps on this one, we might just be able to see a race between Morgan, Prescott and Wilson. But with 4 laps left to run, it is all Dylan Wilson out in front. Shad Prescott riding in that second spot. Hasn't been outside second all night. He hadn't been outside of first up until about 6 laps ago. And in that time, once Wilson had gotten to the race lead, he has absolutely driven away from his teammate Shad Prescott. So we come out of turn number 4 this time by. The popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps left to run here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Just 3 cautions. White flag in the air. 1 lap left to go here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. YourDirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series into 3, into turn number 4, and out of turn number 4. Victorious here tonight, Dylan Wilson. Second will go to Shad Prescott. Third at the line is going to be Devin Morgan. Then we'll go back to Brent Fairholm in position number 4. 5th spot is going to be Chris Maguire. Then we'll go back to Shane James, 6th. 7th is John Alatic. 8th, Jim Emery. 9th, Tanner Tomasi. Aaron Kitchen will round out your top 10. We go back to 11th spot, Jarrett Murphy. James Ambrosius in 12th. Stephen Spees in 13th. Blake Murray, 14th. Mario Perez, 15th. Wesley Gwaltney, 16th. 17th, Aaron Brumbelow. William Duval, 18th. Bryson Banks, 19th. And 20th went to Daniel Passmore. Curtis Uphoff in position 21st, sorry. 22nd, Chris Tucker. Mitch Stiles, 23rd. And Brett Rolls in position number 24. I don't need the grid. 3 cautions. Mike, and I'll tell you why. It's because these drivers run a custom number. It can be different to what they enter the server in. That's why. iRacing things. Alright, we're going to give these drivers just a couple of minutes to get into the Discord. And in fact, well, all 3 are ready to go. So we'll go trackside right now and chat to our top 3. And we'll bring in the winner here tonight in Calibrate. It's Dylan Wilson. Dylan, congratulations on this win. I guess it was just a case of riding for the first 3 quarters of that race, and took your opportunity when it mattered, and you come away victorious here tonight, bud.
Yeah, that was quite the race. We had a long green flag run there, so with him starting the track tacky, I actually had to take some drive out of the car, so we were a little bit loose, but I think Shad was too. You know, we all had to set our cars up to be able to drive in the tacky at the beginning. So the biggest thing there at the end is just trying to keep the tires from slipping. So very, very smooth on the throttle, and it paid off.
When you had that green flag, that long green flag run of near 60 laps, did you think it was going to go all the way to the end? Did you think you were going to have another opportunity at getting to Shad if it had stayed green?
I mean, I think I was right there. I mean, maybe a couple tenths away, and it was just traffic. He'd catch some traffic running his line. I'd catch a couple tenths, and then I'd catch traffic in my line and lose a couple tenths. But we had gotten it down to maybe half a second or something right there for the caution. So it would have been close. It just, the traffic plays a big role. So who knows how it would have played out. But we definitely were the same speed, I would say. It was just a matter of finding the right line and being able to get around the traffic.
All right, well, congratulations on picking up the win here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, thedirtfan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. We head to Volusia here in just a moment, but before we let you go, we'll let you thank some people and some sponsors as well.
For sure. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting this so everybody could watch. That was actually a pretty great race. So thanks to Stephen McMillan for putting this deal on and D1RT Racing as well.
All right, there we go. Dylan Wilson, your winner here tonight from the Limaland Motorsports Park. We'll go and chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight in car number 14. It's Shad Prescott. Shad, congratulations on the second place. One that sort of got slipped away from you there in those last sort of 15 to 20 laps.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, the traffic there, it was I was watching the gap there between us when we got that long green flag run, and I seen it was kind of staying about the same. One lap he'd gain on me, one lap I'd pull away from him a little bit, just depending on where we caught the traffic at. And then there at the end, the bottom went away completely, I thought, and then after that, I was just super free. But like he said, when they start tracks that fresh, you got to free up so you can at least race in the beginning, and then hopefully you're right for the end. And I just missed it just a little bit. Need to be just a little bit tighter, and I think we'd have been all right.
Well, you're good for probably the first 3/4 of that race, but as the track slickened off, that final restart, I think was about with 17 or 18 to go, whatever it was. What was going through your mind at that stage, knowing that you had a clear track in front of you, but you also had a teammate that was equally as fast as what you were?
Yeah, I was just gonna keep doing what I was doing and try to hit the bottom the best I could. I mean, I wasn't gonna move up in his lane because I didn't want to block his lane or do what he was doing because I was way too loose to be up there. But it was about it.
All right, well, second place here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. We'll let you celebrate a 1-2 with your team and your teammates, and we'll let you thank some people before we let you go too, Shad.
Yeah, I gotta thank you guys for the broadcast and Steven for putting this race on, and Eddie Livingston and all the guys over at D1RT for all the work they put in.
All right, there we go. Shad Prescott there, home in second spot, home in third place here tonight. In car number 112, it's Mr. Devin Morgan. Devin, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park. You can't be too disappointed with how the night had started and with how it finished as well.
Yeah, I definitely, can't be disappointed. We unloaded pretty quick there, and was able to maintain through the race there. The car was good the entire time.
Well, you've had a good run over the couple of races that we've seen here over the past couple of weeks, and third place with the track starting as fresh as it did. Were you quickly expecting this track really to blow off with 24 cars on this racetrack?
Not at all. I adjusted gear for a little bit. I geared it a little bit more for the tacky to stay longer, and that hurt me. And then setup also figured it'd stay tacky longer, but at the end the setup was still decent enough to run third and pull away from them other guys, and I could maintain there, but I couldn't ever run them down.
Well, I can tell you, I was sort of keeping an eye on those last sort of 5 to 10 laps. While you run on that top side, there were some parts, there was some lap times there where you're actually quicker than the two guys that were out in front. Is that sort of a little bit pleasing, but at the same state it's not, because you weren't able to reel those guys in those final 10 laps. But just goes to show that you certainly had some good pace from start to finish throughout this entire night.
Yeah, that's definitely pleasing for me. Especially, I feel like this is by far my worst track especially running the top. I just can't quite get it right most of the time. When it's tacky, I'm decent, but when it starts slicking off, that's when I just got to work on getting better there. But I'm definitely happy with that.
All right, well, happy with the third place run here tonight at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Hopefully we see you take the trip out to the Volusia Speedway Park. And before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I got to thank my mom, my dad. I got to thank Team VLR for all their help, everything. I got to thank Dreaming Racing Series and Splash and Go Graphics.
All right, there we go. Devin Morgan, home in third place tonight, recapping your top three. Dylan Wilson with the win. Second spot went to Shad Prescott and Devon Morgan home in third spot. That'll wrap us up for race 1 here on this Sunday night. This DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. All trying to get into the Premier Super Late Model Series here with the World of Thunder on a Sunday night. Again, the restructure happening for season number 9. Take a quick break, about half an hour, 45-minute break. And get everything set up for the next race at the Volusia Speedway Park as the final race of the Mini Shootout Series presented by DirtFan.com and World of Thunder. If you haven't done so, head over to their social media pages and their website, WOTRL.com, and of course DirtFan.com. Keep up to date with all the action that they've got, whether it's sim side of things or whether it's the real world side of things as well. Just support the people that not only support sim racing but support racing in general. Big thanks to everyone that has tuned in here on the Facebook and YouTube feeds. Once again, thank you so very much for your continued support on both of our pages and of course on the World of Thunder and Dirt Fan pages as well. Thank you for the host parties. I know Tim Nichols did one, so Tim and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, thank you very much. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying not goodbye, but we'll see you shortly.